Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George, and we're all fucked today. That's what happened. Bitcoin holders got fucked today. Okay, so I'm kind of pissed off. I'm going to tell you guys what happened exactly as best as I could, and I'm going to try to explain what we should do about it. All right, it's not a good day. It's not. That's why I dusted off my McDonald's hat, because I may have to apply once again. It's a horrible market. So let's discuss. Let's get started. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, 2 streams almost. I'm not even going to get my intro. Forget that. Screw that. There's no point in that. You guys know who I am. All right, I'm just going to switch my screen here. All right, so here's the story. 39.8. Okay, so Bitcoin went up to as high as 43,000 this morning. The market was looking good. Then it started not looking so good. Then everything started coming down. That's exactly what happened, right? A sudden turnaround. And here we go. All right, here's the screen. Sudden turnaround. And you know what? This morning we had some bad news, some bad economic news. And it seemed like Wall Street was taking that as a good sign, because the Fed meeting next week, well, maybe Powell and his buddies would lighten up on their aggressive tapering and rate hikes and all that nonsense that they plan on doing. It's not nonsense, but you know, you guys get my picture. But anyways, the market went up, and then all of a sudden, boom, everything started coming down. Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely no reason for that. Nothing came out midday. This was all one gigantic, manipulated, rally, a fake rally to get people excited again, to get people to buy back in. And then they just dumped on everyone's heads. That's exactly what happened, right? Dow was up like 500 points this morning and ended up at negative 300. NASDAQ was up like 300 points, and it ended at negative 186. It made no sense whatsoever. And because Bitcoin is so correlated with NASDAQ right now, I mean, let me show you something that is really like eye-opening. So the orange line is NASDAQ, and there are some points where it's just flat because the market is closed. But you could see how correlated Bitcoin is right now to the NASDAQ, right? So take a look. That's what happened to NASDAQ. That's exactly what happened to Bitcoin. If the NASDAQ was open further, it probably follow. Take a look at this point. Almost identical pattern. And if you look at over here, kind of the same. Like almost identical. You look at this pattern right here with this pattern right here with this. I mean, Bitcoin is like basically moving exactly according to the NASDAQ 100, right? That is how these fucking Wall Street guys are treating Bitcoin right now. They're treating Bitcoin as a tech stock, and they're scared. They're making all these moves based on what may happen later this year. So they're correlating Bitcoin with tech. So whenever they sell off tech, which they did today and for last week and for last month, Bitcoin has been going down. And that's exactly what happened. But the worst thing about it is today is that we had that fake out, right? Not just with Bitcoin, in the entire market. If you were an equities guy, you were holding stocks, you were feeling a little bit better this morning until everything was dumped on your head. Just like with Bitcoin, right? So it's just very, very, very frustrating that this happened. Now, what else happened? Well, you have other companies. I mean, this is not a stock channel, but I have to mention it. But like someone like Netflix, which a lot of people look towards, they're freaking down 20% in the aftermarket. This is what Wall Street is doing right now. They are panicking, and any kind of little bad news, they are selling off. Hardcore. Everything. They're dumping everything right now. That is what's going on in anticipation of what will be announced next week with this FOMC meeting. and trying to anticipate what Chairman Powell and all his buddies, what they're going to do with rates and everything else, right? So that is exactly what's going on. And according to Jesse Olsen, who brought this up, a lot of traders, especially from Wall Street and those algos and all those bots that they use, right? Well, they look at the 200 moving average, which is actually a pretty good one because it also helps with Bitcoin. But they look at that, and every single index, NASDAQ, Russell 200, Dow Jones, they're all below it, and S&P 500 will go down below too. So short term, this is looking ugly, very ugly short term. Everyone is panicking. Tomorrow's futures is in the red right now, right? So you can see NASDAQ down 158 points. So this is looking very, very, very ugly right now. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. Today's just a freaking, it's just a bad day. It's just a bad day, right? What about SundaeSwap? Well, I was hoping that all this hype about SundaeSwap was going to bring on some good news for Cardano, right? Well, they did go live. I talked about them this morning about the liquidity pool, and they were going to open up the DEX, which they did. However, if you actually read through the comments, you realize that there was a lot of congestion. And basically, people were waiting, and there's just a lot of bad stuff going on. So this didn't bring out good news either. Not for SundaeSwap, not for Cardano, but the team did want to remind us that they posted this, which talks about expectations, congestions that may not launch, right? Which they kind of anticipated there would be congestion, but nevertheless, it wasn't working fully correctly. Okay, let's just put it that way. So even this, which I was looking forward to, did not pan out correctly. All right, so a lot of bad news all around today. And of course, you go on CMC, which for the most part was all green this morning. I talked about how we got above 2 trillion, 2.07 trillion to be exact. We were up 4%, and a lot of the big caps did start recovering along with Bitcoin, right? Well, they went down. Super chat. What about institutions? This is not institutions. Don't mistake this for institutions. This is not institutions selling. This is Wall Street selling. This is the guys that are manipulating the market and dumping on everyone's heads. All right. So that's exactly what's happening right now. But should we give up hope? Should we just call it quits? Is Bitcoin done? Is the entire market done? Or are we just gonna get fucked over left and right, nonstop forever? I think that's what you guys want to know, right? And my answer to that is no. No, we are not, okay? I remain bullish on Bitcoin and crypto. However, I have been saying that we are in a bear trend, and this bear trend can continue even longer because of all the games and the manipulation and the dumping that Wall Street is doing right now. And we know Wall Street, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of power. So if they are panic dumping, guess what? That's going to trickle into basically everything out there, okay? However, everything I've been saying about Bitcoin and its fundamentals, those are still true. All the metrics that show that liquidity is still low, reserves are dropping, a liquid supply going up, those are all true. What's happening right now is that small amount that remains on the exchanges is being used and manipulated by the big whales and Wall Street of Wall Street. That is what's happening right now, okay? So short term in this bear trend, you know what? I think we have to wait it out because that's what Wall Street is doing. They're all trying to speculate on what may happen after rate hikes, after what Powell says, and then they're going to decide what to do. Are they going to come back into tech, right? Stock up on tech, the ones that they've sold off, or are they going to continue to sell and buy risk-off assets like, I don't know, like commodities, like utility, like energy, like anything that isn't tech, right? So I think we have to get clarification. We have to see what they want to do. right? Because if they continue to do what they're doing now, we're going to see the same kind of volatility. And I do think that we're going to continue to see the fake rallies, the fake outs, right? And get all our hopes up, right? But the fundamental of Bitcoin and crypto is still here. Web 3.0 is still here. DeFi is still here. So what I'm saying is we just have to be more patient. That's really what it comes down to. We got to be more patient. Short term, there may be a lot more of this going on. But us being in the space, we're still in the right space. We're still early. Okay, unfortunately, maybe a little bit too early because crypto has not decoupled away from Wall Street yet, has not decoupled away from the NASDAQ or just equity market in general. It's just a little bit too early for that. But this does not mean we should give up. No, it does not mean we should give up. In fact, this is the time when we're in kind of like this bearish trend. We need to stay strong. We need to actually get it together. We can't be attacking each other, putting blame on everyone, right? Because it's not going to do any good. Like today, all the comments, every single one's pretty much negative. Everyone trying to bring everyone down, especially me, right? Like, look, that didn't age well. Look, you were wrong. Look, the market went down. I'm not a market maker. I don't have a magic 8-ball that's going to tell me exactly what's going on. I told you guys that there will be volatility. There is a lot of stuff going on right now, right? But I continue to be in the game, not panic selling, even though I know a lot of you guys are thinking about that, thinking about just quitting, right? I'm not doing that, but I'm trying to prepare myself for maybe extended bear trend. If we do continue to have this, if we continue to have tech sell off, right, it'll probably carry over into Bitcoin and crypto, and that could last a few months, half a month, maybe even a year, right? But maybe not, because a reversal usually happens when everyone is fed up and gone, and the only people that are left are the holders, right? Still, right now, we still have a lot of retail people that's clinging on, the ones that are about to lose hope, the ones that are selling, right? The ones that are still playing leverage. There are still people that's in the game along with the long-term holders, right? So we know that fear is high. A reversal can be around the corner, but if not that soon, we're going to see some more volatility. But we just need to stay strong together. We need to buckle up, basically, and take advantage when we can, right? I've been saying that. Doesn't mean that you go all in. When you dollar cost average in, when you buy in, doesn't mean that you put all your freaking money into it. No, I've always said sprout your buys. Be careful. Never invest more than what you can afford to lose, right? Because that's how you find a true bottom. You dollar cost average, right? And that's how you do it. And one of the reasons why I've been talking so much about DeFi is because DeFi is here. Not enough people realize that DeFi is here and it makes you passive income while you're holding, right? In fact, this afternoon I spent a whole bunch of time creating that anchor video. It's a shorts video and I put it out there, right? And I don't know how many of you guys watched it, but that's a perfect example of how you could utilize crypto, DeFi, and just make passive income while you're holding, while you're trying to get through this bear trend. That's one example. There's many other examples that you can utilize DeFi to supplement what you have and help you get through this. And I don't think enough people talk about it, and that's why I've started digging in and I started talking about more, right? Because I think that is important. It's a really good way to earn extra income and earn passive income, right? But another way to help you guys get through it, to stay in the game and not panic sell. Okay? Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. And another thing that I want to say is, I've been talking a lot about L1s, right? The network protocols, the big network protocols, because I think they're strong because of DeFi. Now, of course, they can still go down. They can still have losses and there's volatility. But my point is, if you look at the total value locked of DeFi projects, this is still holding very well. In fact, the last 24 hours only went down 0.67%. It did not go down 6 or 5% like everything else, right? So this shows you that people that are using DeFi are utilizing it the right way. It's helping them to hold, and they are continuing forward, just utilizing what they have and making passive income, right? So this is why this is a great way to help you guys get through it. And not only that, the chains that have the most TVL, these are the ones that will be stronger than others. The top 7 are ones I've covered many, many times, including Ethereum, Terra, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, Solana, Phantom, Polygon, right? These are the ones that have been the strongest in 2021. 2020, 2022, they're still not too bad. Some of these are still up for the last 30 days or 90 days. But if we do get that extended bear trend, right, the ones that I would stock up are these, the L1s, because of the DeFi offerings, because of TVL that continues to hold strong. These are the ones that are definitely worth picking up and holding. Now, everything else may be a little bit weaker. Doesn't mean that they're bad projects, but they may be a little bit weaker, especially with volatility, especially with panic selling, especially with people that just can't take it anymore and they just want to leave the market, right? But the big ones, and of course including Bitcoin, the big L1s and Bitcoin, they're going to have the most stability, and most likely they're going to be the ones that turn up first. So there you go. There you go. All right, guys. Said a lot. Got a lot off my chest, okay? Normally this is a PG-13 show, all right? And I try to keep it clean, but tonight I just need to get some stuff off my chest. Really couldn't stand what happened. It's just very frustrating. No one likes to be rug pulled, right? No one likes to be faked out, but that's exactly what happened today. So, yeah, let's do some Q&A. All right. I know a lot of you guys sent a ton of chat. I didn't pay attention to it. So whatever super chats are in here, I'll take a look. But the ones I've missed, I apologize. I apologize if I missed any of the stuff. There is options expiration tomorrow, but the max pain is at 42. So usually, if options play a factor into Bitcoin, it's usually due to the max pain, and we have seen max pain pull a lot of prices down, like in several weeks, or I should not weeks, several months. We have seen that happen, but usually, or I shouldn't say usually, but the last few really didn't do much. So, you know, you want to take a look at it. Let's take a look. So I've shown this before. If you look at, here's the expirations. So tomorrow's the 21st, but usually the big expiration is at the end of the month, which is the 28th. But let's just for giggles, let's look at it. Tomorrow's max pain is about 42. So hey, if traders are trading based on max pain, we could actually see Bitcoin pump right back up to 42. Right? But let's look at the 28th, which is the one with much higher volume. The max pain is at 45,000. In fact, look at this. You have a call that's close to $3 billion in volume at $70,000. So unfortunately, a lot of these guys right here, and no, you guys can't see my cursor, but on the right side, a lot of these, that's above 50, 65, 70, 75, 90, 100, 140. Even this one is towards $1 billion. Unfortunately, they're all go feel the pain. Okay, but max pain is at 45. So if the traders are trading according to max pain, then we should actually head back up to 45,000. So is it due to options? It seems unlikely, but we have seen times where it is. After expirations, then Bitcoin seemingly just starts going up again. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But right now, Max Payne is actually helping our case. So if they are following it, it should be going up. Tom says, where are we supposed to get more fiat? You have to figure that out, man. Go get a job, go get a side hustle, go find some spare change in your couch, whatever it takes, right? If you want to DCA, if you want to take advantage while things are low in the red or bleeding out, you got to have that cash on the side or you can't take advantage. It's that easy. I have told you guys to try to get cash on the side anywhere from 20 to 30% in cash so that you could take advantage, right? So there you go. Khalid says I bought Harmony 1. They're actually one of the stronger performers, so good. Let's see here. My blue label tastes like red. Wait, it is red. Right. I had some blue label before this, but wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it. All right. Still scrolling here. What did I miss here? Patrick says China was buying and selling opposite of oscillator, almost like they were hiding the price action in the charts. I've never seen anything like last night before. This was coordinated, man. I don't even quite understand what they did or what you're saying, but if they were behind what happened, I mean, it would make sense, right? Because today the markets were doing very, very well. Crypto, equities, tech, everything. And then now, boom, all of a sudden reversal, like on a dime, things just started selling off. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Nick says, big super chat. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that's super chatting today, by the way. As adoption grows, won't manipulation like this we witness become less frequent? Yes. Yes. As bad as it may seem right now, I know I sound like a broken clock, but as bad as it seems like right now and with today's fake out, this is still nothing compared to when Bitcoin was at 20,000, when Bitcoin was below 10,000. The manipulation, the drops, the swings. I mean, look at it. Even though it's a bad day and I don't like it, 24-hour percent down is 5%. This is not a 20% or 25% down day, which we had many of within 2018, 2019, 2020, right? So to your point, yes, as the market gets bigger, the manipulation becomes less frequent or less impactful, let's put it that way, but it still happens. But if Bitcoin goes up and it's above 100,000 at 200,000, of course, it becomes less impactful and less frequent. Do you see a future of VET and HBAR? Yes, more with VET, but I think HBAR is here to stay too. Cheers from New Zealand. Aave, Elron, should you split between two? I like Elron a lot better than Aave at this point. Wall Street is strapped on. Yes, they are. And it seems like they have no lube at all. Murray, appreciate it. Danon, appreciate it. Kookie, thank you. What else is there? Terry, you are the best. I'm not worried about price today. It's about 10 years. I will be 67 and rich. Yes, if you're thinking about long term, that's really it. In 10 years, I am 100% certain, and usually you never want to say that because it's dangerous, but in my mind, in 10 years, it's 100% certain that Bitcoin will be much, much, much higher, possibly even above $1 million in 10 years. Okay? It seems like it's impossible. Seems like that's silly. It's stupid. But if you look at Bitcoin's growing adoption and fundamentals, and if you look at its previous growth, and you look at everything else that's being built around the blockchain and integrating with Bitcoin, and including countries that want to join in, I mean, you add all that, Bitcoin is going to be much, much higher in 10 years. Carlos says, I want life-changing wealth. If you want life-changing wealth, then this is the game you need to be in. But be prepared. There will be fake outs like this, and it does not feel good. Okay? It doesn't. It doesn't. But, you know, I've been through it. I have been through it many, many times. But I am still human. I'm not a robot. I still let these things creep in sometimes. Right? But I'm trying to help you guys, teach you guys along the way to stay through it, get through it, to stay strong. Because we will get through it. But in the meantime, it's frustrating, especially with Wall Street not knowing what they're doing, and they're just being very, very reactive and just, you know, just doing all this crazy stuff that's going on right now and causing a whole lot of people to get frustrated. Meyer, thank you. DK, thank you. SDG, thank you. Richard says, if there's manipulation going on, only finger pointing is to the exchanges. I guess I don't disagree with you. I guess I don't. I'm pretty sure some of them pretty much liquidate people on purpose because they make money no matter what. I've heard that before. I've heard rumors about exchanges actually paying out to people, to influencers that based on liquidation. So I have no doubt some of them aren't like that. JP, best intro ever. Richard, thank you. All right. Traders got catfish today. That's a good term. Yeah, speaking of leverage, where do I have that? I actually have that up somewhere. Maybe I don't. Where's the fucking... maybe I guess I closed it, but let me bring it up here. Yeah, there was a lot of leverage. Long leverage trades that got liquidated. So you could see right here 216 million, and then followed up by another 176 million. So you're looking at another 400 million worth of longs gone, liquidated, and this is even worse, right? It's worse. This is realized loss. Realized loss, you can't recover. Unrealized loss, you may be in the red, but if you continue to hold, it could come back. You can make that back. But this is realized loss. And I've had people share story with me about how they just got wiped out in an instant. And it's not a good feeling. This is why I say stay away from leverage. Let's see here. What does "We're All George" mean? Have you watched The Walking Dead before? So that's where I got that from. Basically, we stand together, okay? All of us, crypto investors, we're standing together. We're going to get stronger together, and we're going to ignore the FUD together, and we're going to build life-changing wealth together. That's what it means that we are all George. What's the fear and greed index? I don't know if it's been updated because it takes a while to update. Yeah, 19. I bet when this updates in the next 20 hours, it'll be at 10 or below, unless we have a significant rally tomorrow, which could happen, but This usually takes a while to update. So this is probably updated earlier before everything came down. Do you think we'll be back at 55K this year? Yes. Yes. I think the bull run will continue. We're in a bearish trend right now because of what's going on with the Fed, with Wall Street, with their manipulation, we're panic selling, whatever you want to call it. But yes, after we get through it, we will continue back up. Bitcoin is still the best hedge against inflation. Everything that the Fed is trying to do is fight off inflation. Just remember that. Inflation is sky high. Home sales went up by 16% year over year. CPI is in the high 7%. Next month, when they release it, it'll be above 8%. Inflation is real. It's a bitch. And how do you hedge against inflation? You buy something like Bitcoin that hedges against it. So I still believe, yes, these traders, once they come to their senses, they'll realize there's no better hedge, and they'll go flock back to Bitcoin. All right, guys. Last few questions. I'll let you guys go. You guys can get back to your night. Maybe enjoy a few drinks like I have. Joker says we're going up long term. So in that thinking, any thoughts on Alchemy Pay and Assembly Protocol? I'm not sure about what Assembly Protocol. Alchemy Pay actually has some stuff going on. So they're interesting, but I don't know about Assemble Protocol. Sidecoin, not my cup of tea. Yeah, not my cup of tea at all. I like Arweave a lot better. Any chance you've heard of new crypto wealth management project, Zero Shift? Yeah, that's they're not going to do any better than you're doing. So the answer is no. You should not look into it. I've talked to, just to share my story, I built quite a bit of wealth in 2021. So I've been talking to financial advisors just to see what my options are. And pretty much all of them just say this: hey, give me your money and I'm going to go invest it for you. And that is it. That's all wealth advisors do. Okay. And I think it's just BS. I'm like, I need more than that. I don't need to just give you money to invest for me because I'm already doing that. And I know I can outperform you. I don't need you to do that. Right? I'm looking for other creative ways to build wealth. And almost everyone I talk to is like, yeah, we have these funds, just give us your money. We'll go do it for you, blah, blah, blah. I don't trust any of them. My wife is yelling at the kids. Luckily not me. I think to dump a gun to the government's head from Wall Street, prop to the, I don't know what that means. No one got fucked today unless they sold. Trust me, a lot of people did sell. I'm down here in Puerto Rico, Kathleen says. No one's dumping BTC, so who are all these people using that? All the degens, all the degenerate traders out there that may follow all these other guys that show them all these lines and charts and say, hey, this has to be right. But you know what? Investing is the only way to win. Trading, you may win a few times and you lose a few times, you get wiped out. Trading doesn't equal wealth. Investing does. That's why I continue to say I'm an investor, not a trader. Fed announced hours ago it may issue digital. No, they're neutral. They said they weren't going to do that. So, no. What platform do you recommend us for Solana and Avalanche staking? You know what? Look into native staking for both of them. Solana is paying about 5-6%. Avalanche is paying about 11% for rewards. So just using their own wallet. Solana, you could do it through Phantom. Avalanche, you could do it through, I forgot their their web-based wallet, but you could do both straight from their wallet. And you know what? I think that's the right mindset. Right now, right, as we buckle in, we strap on, and we wait out this bear trend, right? We need to be smarter. And one of the things is utilizing DeFi. DeFi has been here for over a year. Yet it's shockingly surprising how little people actually understand it, first of all, and second of all, use it. Because despite the fact that TVL is up to 270 something billion, no, 226 billion, very, very, very little people take advantage. And DeFi means everything. It includes staking into liquidity pools or just staking natively with these wallets for the projects. There's many, many different forms, some very, very safe, some riskier, but then you're getting higher rewards too, right? But I think that DeFi is one of the great ways right now to help us get through it, to help us continue to hodl and earn some rewards and passive income while we're still doing that. All right, I think that's it. Doesn't matter what happens, Kenny says. Short term, we're all going to be rich, if not richer anyways, and laugh at this. Eventually we will. We'll laugh at this, okay? We'll get through this. We always do. But I'm venting a little bit tonight, a little frustrated based on what happened this morning to this afternoon to tonight, and all these other weak ass trolls, trying to get people to be down, get to spread their misery, right? There's all these trolls out there trying to put blame on everyone else except themselves, and they wonder why they can't move out of their mom's basement, all right? You know what? Don't be one of those people. You are here long term. You are here as an investor. You're here to build financial freedom and attain life-changing wealth. So don't let those people get to you. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.